All right, so let's cut through some of the doom and gloom headlines we're hearing about software development. Now, software development isn't going anywhere. While Indeed jobs posting might show this, you see the graph where they see it down from their peak at 2020. The Bureau of Labor Statistics still predicts a 17% growth for development through 2033. That's triple the average growth rate for all occupations. You're seeing all these tech layoffs and the AI coding assistants in the news and wondering if your career choice is still viable. Trust me, after 25 years in the trenches, I've seen every tech apocalypse prediction fall flat. Heard about no code, low code a lot lately? Exactly, because that myth's gone now too. The reality is we're entering a revolution that will make human developers more valuable, not less. And I'm going to prove it to you with some interesting points today, so let's dive into this. Welcome to Startup Pack. I'm Spencer Thomason. Here at Startup Pack, we love to train software developers in our licensed coding boot camps, as well as to build custom software solutions for companies. With a decade of executive leadership as a fractional CTO and 25 years in software development, I've mastered transforming tech teams and products. All right. So while we're seeing some call a white-collar recession hitting tech jobs, it's part of a larger economic cycle, not an AI replacement trend. Job listings in software development are actually outperforming many other white-collar fields like banking and marketing over the past 5-year trend. The tech hiring surge during the pandemic created unrealistic expectations, so we're seeing a little bit of a bubble burst, right? We're returning to normal patterns, not facing extinction. Recent data shows that layoffs are primarily about corporate belt-tightening, not companies replacing developers with AI. In San Francisco, even those who lose jobs are finding skills highly transferable to other industries. So after a long time in this industry, I've seen cycles repeatedly, and I've seen it from the dot-com bubble, I've seen the 2008 crash, I've seen a lot of different things. The doom prophecies never materialized because software still is needed in every organization. Now, Stack Overflow's latest research shows AI is shifting the focus from syntax to critical thinking, not eliminating developer jobs. So AI tools excel at code generation, but struggle with system design, business logic, and understanding the why behind the code. Developers aren't just coders, they're problem solvers who translate business needs into technical solutions. So the most valuable skills now involve prompt engineering and knowing when to use AI versus when to code manually. So even AI-generated code requires human review, testing, and integration into larger systems. And these are vital skills that AI can't replicate or replace. So my clients don't just want code monkeys. They need architects who understand their business problems deeply. Now, Okta CEO Todd McKinnon called the idea that there will be fewer software developers laughable and predicts increased demand. Historical parallels exist. Compilers didn't eliminate programmers in the 70s. They created more programmers by making code more accessible. OpenAI Sam Altman says they're focusing on making developers more productive, not replacing them entirely. So we're definitely seeing this shift where developers are not going to go away, and tech leaders are now acknowledging that coding is where AI excels, but the programming profession involves far more than just writing code. So companies seeing the biggest AI benefits are those who are using it to augment their developers, not trying to replace them. So in my consulting practice, I've seen firsthand how many innovative teams are leveraging AI while maintaining human oversight. Now, Salesforce CEO grabbed headlines saying that they might not hire engineers this year, but the full story is much more complex. Companies often make these announcements to demonstrate AI adoption to investors, not because they're actually eliminating developers' roles. Software job positions may be down from peak pandemic hiring, but they're still above pre-pandemic levels in many regions. The other thing to note about Salesforce that they're not wanting you to see here is they're actually going to move a lot of their development to offshoring. So it's a total smoke and mirrors where they're saying they're going to use AI to do software development, but in reality, they're just doing this as an excuse to lay off onshore developers. So we're not seeing mass unemployment numbers among developers. We're still among the most employable professions. Now, is it getting harder to find a job than it used to be? Absolutely. But that's true for every white collar worker right now. Software developers actually still have an easier time. Now, if your company has systems that aren't connected, reach out to us because here at Startup Pack, our specialty is connecting systems to help your company work like a well-oiled machine. So check out startuppack.com/Spencer because we'd love to help you out. Now, the legal professionals are also seeing much greater impact from AI than software developers are. This is something I've said over and over again. If software developers are going to get replaced by AI, there's going to be 100 other jobs that are going to get replaced first. Think about document review for a junior lawyer and how this has been massively automated while creating coding that still requires human insight. So according to McKinsey research, administrative jobs face an 80 to 90% automation potential, while software development tasks are around 10 to 20%. So again, let me repeat that. Administrative jobs, 80 to 90% automation potential. Software development, we're seeing about 10 to 20% of the job being automated as of today. So why it is that development is one they keep poking at to say, oh, this is going to go away tomorrow, I don't totally understand. Repetitive rule-based tasks across all industries are prime for automation, but software development remains very dynamic, right? You don't write the same code every day. The software industry has already automated many routine tasks throughout previous technologies. So we've been eating our own dog food for decades. Just think about DevOps, right? We haven't been manually deploying now for years. At least I hope you're not. And if you're still manually deploying your services, reach out to us, because here at Starter Pack, we'd love to come in and help you get your systems up to a more modern process. Now, AI tools are making software development more accessible, and they're unlocking massive pent-up demand for applications. So every crappy website for your doctor, dentist, or government department represents an opportunity for improved software. So if you think developers are gone, just look around at some of the bad software you see out there, right? Angular Ventures points out that development has become faster and cheaper, but we're going to see an explosion in growth in development, right? So the economics are shifting. Projects once too expensive just by now make financial sense with AI being able to assist in development. Now, the most valuable developer skills are evolving: system design, problem definition, business alignment. Junior developers need to focus on fundamentals while embracing AI tools and automate routine coding tasks, but still making sure they understand software in general. Mid-career developers should develop specialization in areas where human insight adds the most value. Senior developers are increasingly becoming architects who understand both business and technical domains. So collaboration between human and AI will create a better solution, because it's going to get rid of the mundane 10 to 20% part of your job that most developers don't even like anyways. Now, studies show that developers are using AI tools to complete tasks, but it's adding roughly about 0.5%, right? There's not a lot it's doing some parts of it, and it can definitely be a productivity boost, especially if you're stuck into a piece. But organizations are reinvesting these productivity gains in tackling more complex problems, not laying off developers entirely. So we're not in an AI replacement scenario, but an AI augmentation revolution where we're going to see software surge forward. So would you rather be twice as productive or out of a job? So the choice is super obvious. Now, AI-generated code contains a lot of bugs, a ton of security vulnerabilities, and ineffectiveness, then inefficiencies that human expertise will be vital for. A recent Stack Overflow study found 55% of developers expressed concerns about AI-generated code quality. Now, I like to paint this picture for people who are saying that AI is going to take over for software developers. Would you ever have a developer write code, not even test it, and shove it into production without anybody else doing a review on it? That sounds like absurdities. Then why in the world would we say that AI was going to do that? AI can help a developer be more productive to produce the code faster, but they can still then move forward to continue to solve more complex problems. So quality code results from understanding the business context, user needs, and system architectures, areas where AI is still going to struggle for a long time to come. Now, the democratization opportunity here is big. AI is lowering the barrier for entry. It does allow more people to be able to learn how to do software, because when I went to college, we didn't even have Google, right? So learning was really difficult. It was limited to just a handful of books that I had on my shelf. Now, not only can I have all of the internet to be able to learn from with all of YouTube, but I can also have AI to help me learn faster. So there's no excuse to not learn to code now. The future belongs to those who can leverage these amazing tools that we have nowadays and to continue to build a career. So while job postings may fluctuate and developer salaries are remaining among the highest for professionals without advanced degrees. If you want to compare every top 10 list out there of the highest paying jobs, software development's always in it, and you can do it often now without even a degree. The Bureau of Labor Statistics projects 17% growth for software developers through 2033, much faster than any of the average ones. Venture capital continues to flow into software startups that require human developers to maintain and build products. Now, I know that you might be able to do some vibe coding and slap together a quick MVP, but that's not going to be anything really ready for production. So remote work has globalized, and the talent pool also created more opportunities for specialized developers. So smart money isn't betting against software development as a career. It's quite the opposite. So you want to focus on developing and deep expertise in one area plus broad knowledge across many different areas. Invest time in understanding AI capabilities and the limitation to effectively incorporate these tools into your workflow. Develop business domain knowledge that makes your technical skills more valuable and harder to replace. Build adaptability muscles. The only constant in tech is change. And I've seen this over and over again. So never stop learning. Technology evolves really rapidly. Now, again, if your company has systems that aren't connected, reach out to us, because here at Starter Pack, our specialty is helping you connect systems so your company works quickly. Check out starterpack.com/Spencer because we can help you out. Now, what are your thoughts? Do you agree? Do you disagree? The best compliment you can give me is by dropping a comment down below. I answer every one of these personally, and I love to get a compliment to hear what you guys think. What are you guys seeing out in the markets right now? Definitely make sure you hit us up here if there's anything we can do to help. And if you're interested in learning, we have a great coding bootcamp that can help you to accelerate your and dive into a job as a software developer.
Want to become a software developer but don't want to spend 4 years in college and rack up massive student loan debts? Think you need technical expertise to get started? Welcome to Starter Pack, a better way to start your software career without student loans and years without income. One-on-one tutoring is included so you never get stuck and have guidance through the whole process. No technical experience is necessary. Learn at your own pace and in your own space. Starter Pack has worked with local state agencies in your area to make it so that qualifying students can get the program costs covered entirely and students can start earning while they learn.
Starter Pack's .NET Coding Bootcamp was a game changer for my career. As someone with no prior programming experience, I was initially intimidated by the idea of learning to code, but the instructors at Starter Pack broke down complex concepts into easy to understand lessons and provided hands-on projects that really cemented my understanding. The curriculum was comprehensive and up to date and got me ready for my first job. What really set Starter Pack apart was the focus on practical, real-world skills. Thanks to Starter Pack, I landed my dream job as a .NET developer within weeks of graduating. I went from knowing nothing about code to building professional-grade web applications in just a few intense months. If you're looking to break into .NET development or level up your coding skills, I cannot recommend Starter Pack enough.
Complete our 3-month coding bootcamp, gain hands-on experience, and land a paid internship. With 2 years of experience on average, our graduates are making over $80,000 per year. The 3-month program includes technologies from Microsoft, Google, and Facebook. No debt, just a quick path to earning. Check out starterpack.com to code your future and start today.